What's up, guys? Zach Dixon from Players Launch here. We are looking at some 4045 pickleball at the Hilton. This was this morning. We've got me, Zach, in the blue tank top, John in the blue polo, Sean here in the blue shirt, and then Forrest over here in the green shirt. Sean beat me a couple times today on this shot here. How much of that alley am I giving up? Not that much, but he's trying to chicken wing me, or at least go to my backside. And I just straight miss on this. Catches my ass slipping. So I think it's 102. Sean trying some wild curvature on the serve and missing badly. Forrest had some words for him later on this game about it. So we'll see what happens here. I hit a good shot here, but I'm off the back foot, and Sean is just way too close to the tee here, and he's breaking down at like the wrong time because I've already hit the ball there. Okay, so I've just hit the ball. He's like breaking down. It's like he's on, yeah, he's like taking a little skip right as I hit this ball. I hit a good shot and it pulls him wide, and he's got to do some fancy dirty dancing footwork, and then he misses the half volley. So John, the thing I'm noticing here is I hit a pretty decent shot here, and I'm like maybe a foot or so already ahead of you. And you take this ball kind of on the move, or at least you have to like set your feet late. So I'd say get into the kitchen a little faster and earlier there, assuming your partner is going to hit, you know, like a solid drop or reset type shot. Major assumption. This is a pretty sick point. Okay, so let's break this down. So Forrest pulls me wide. I go to the middle. I go wide with Sean and try the Ernie. Sean hits a wild cross court. Look at me in midair like an idiot. John, as chill as you could possibly be. Hate where John's paddle is right here. It's pointing straight down. He's caught unaware, and then Forrest misses the shot, fortunately. Forrest is pissed about this. It's like 302 or something. I don't really know what the score is. Yeah, I think we got 302 on this. So it's 402, I think. Nice put away from Sean here. Let's see why John pops up this badly. I guess it's because he... Alright, so John's under a little pressure here. Probably tries to maybe slice this too much. So then Forrest has got like a net height ball. He puts a little something on it. So then John's got to take a half volley. He pops up. Sean puts it away. Easy money. Forrest, it's a good deep serve. I hit an extremely short return. Forrest misses on the dink on the move. So we got 1-3-2. Sean misses there. So we got. So I think it's 3-1-1. Alright, so let's break down where this goes wrong here. So I pop up a little bit. Sean's gonna have the choice to dink here, put some mustard on this. John and I are both kind of, you know, both kind of in no man's land, a couple feet off the kitchen line. Sean drives at John, or he drives at me. I pop up, and then Forrest puts it away here. I guess the thing I would say I don't like here is John's footwork. Yeah, look at John. Look where your paddle is compared to almost everybody else. Forrest's an exception here because he's about to hit the ball, so he's in a forehand stroke. But your paddle's pointed like straight down, basically. So I think it's like 3-1-2 here. John misses on the third shot drive. So I think it's 1-3-1 here. Forrest got so mad about this shot. He just makes bad connection. And he misses pretty badly here. Let's take a look at the footwork a little bit. Okay, so this is one thing to critique here. Is I think they're maybe both a little surprised that this lob goes in. But regardless, they should be moving forward. Whether it's going in or not, as soon as they see John's back is turned, they should both got to be like hitting the kitchen fast. By the time John hits this back, they're still so far back for no reason. And then there's something, Forrest is a athletic dude. I think this is what I don't like about this Forrest. Is you're almost still and a little backpedaling when he hits this. So you're jumping like straight up as opposed to forward. As opposed to, if you guys are at the kitchen line, then you take it differently. And if you're like jumping forward, then maybe it's easier, but it's a hard jump and swing combination. Forrest was pissed that was going to be on the YouTube. And boy, oh boy, did we break that one down, Forrest. Some solid dinks. Go for the Ernie. John speeds up. So, yeah, I guess the only thing here, John, is since I'm coming back on the Ernie recovering, when you speed up here, if Sean gets a ball back at me, I'm in a pretty tough spot. And Sean blocks well, and I've got no chance at this. There's a pretty good point here. Let's go back a little further. So good deep serve from John. Drive, block, pop up. I don't like that dink. Block, reset, catch the net, lucky, lucky. John, good aggressive dink wide. Net, lucky. Push Forrest wide. Push Sean wide. And then Sean, I don't like this take from you at the end. Probably should have called let because the ball was rolling on, but this is like such a low percentage take here from you. I take it on the, you're pretty, to be fair, you're pretty central, and I take this out of the air and redirect it pretty quickly, but it's not like it's that great of a shot. And I don't love the footwork on this to take this ball like that. I think even if you do get that ball over the net, the odds are that we're putting it right down this channel or just like directly back at Forrest, and he's gonna have a tough time hitting a reasonable reset. John tries to go for a passing winner here. Forrest hits a nice return, so John's kind of pinned, but I think that's just like a shot selection issue. Alright, so what goes wrong here? I think the two of them are just like on top of each other first and foremost, so it's miscommunication. Sean goes for it because it's his forehand, but Forrest is obviously like pretty close. They hit a bad shot. Sean's body weight's going inside to lunge for it, and then John hits a good block to Sean's left, and it's a clean winner. So it's like 0-4-2 or something? Alright, so that's a terrible return for me. That's what sucks about this point. Look how shallow my return is. Barely clear the kitchen, like 6 or 9 inches off it. Sean's coming forward, drives. I hit a bad block on his drive, pop up, and then Sean puts away easy. Completely my fault. Same thing here. It's another. John hits a shallow return. Sean's coming forward and leaning over for this. Tries to hit a drive. And then by the time Sean recovers from his drive, John just punches it right back at him, and there's not a great chance of him handling that well. So it's like 4-1-1 or something? That ball was going so out, Sean. That's an unforgivable take from you. Forrest is a good player, and he just did not play great this game. Solid reset by Sean, but then he pops up. I try to get cute and go right back at Sean here. Sean, look. Okay, so that first one I hit well, but then my feet are straight on. I'm too close to the ball. I'm hitting that at you way high, but that comes like at your head a million miles an hour. That's got to be a leave. John hits a nice aggressive volley. Sean pops up here. Forrest recovers well on the first one. And then, yeah, Forrest, the thing I would say here is you're definitely athletic enough to, even though, you know, you're breaking down because you see I'm going back to your left, you still take this ball at like a half volley, even though I think you have like a little more time than you think to get lower, because your body's so straight up when you take this. And Forrest lets us know how he feels about that shot with his reaction. Forrest is a miscommunication here. I tell John you, he thinks I said me. It's on his forehand. This is just a bad miscommunication here. I mean, it could have been both of us, but good shots here. Alright, so that's it. I put that up way too high. And then I should probably try a reset here. But I guess I'm just trying to... If anything, that should... Oh my god, now that I watch it for the third time... I think I'm trying to split the middle, but look how big that fucking gap is that I just completely whiff on, and I hit the ball right at Forrest. 2-5-1 here. So I hit a good deep return. I break down a little late here, look, because I'm not set. Forrest has already hit the ball. And he's just going for a passing winner and just barely misses. So I think we got like 2-5-2 here. Forrest goes long on the serve. Fuck. This is a good point. Nice block by Forrest. Another decent block. I try for the put away and miss. Oh, and then Forrest hits a quick. Okay. So, John, part of the problem here is we're gonna get a little algebraic talk, hypotenuse versus leg and whatever the other thing is called. Maybe it's also the leg, base, whatever. But the distance between you and Forrest is so far that a speed up gives him like a quarter of a second longer than if you speed this up at Sean. And so you speed up at Forrest. He hits a good shot. I pop up and then Sean puts it away. Forrest hits a really quality shot here, but I think the general piece of wisdom is speeding up cross court, generally pretty ill-advised, or a lower percentage take than speeding up straight on. So I tried really good block here from Forrest. Taking this one-legged on my right leg, driving on a short return. And then I pop up on the half volley like an absolute lame-o. Sean catches the net for a winner. But we deserve to lose that point. I hate everything about my stance right before I take this ball. Look how lazy this is. Taking it as like a scooping hip shot, that is lazy to the highest degree. Sinful footwork. Absolutely sinful effort and footwork. Give that an F for effort on my part. Sean misses that back corner, but like an inch or so. I think it's like 3-5-2 or something. This is a funny point. Alright, so the ball skips up here because Sean puts this thing way too high. I'm speeding up off the back foot at Forrest. Forrest blocks pretty well here. Then John puts it right back at Forrest's forehand. Forrest resets. So we just hit basically the same shot at Forrest 3 times in a row here. I gave John a coy little smile after he did that. Forrest was getting so mad in this game. God bless him. God bless Forrest. Nice block. Alright, so John, the thing I dislike about this is there's like no bend in your knees before you take this. Like, look at Forrest's shot here. Look how much that knee is bent. Even his front knee is bent. I mean, your front knee's bent a little bit, but I don't know. John played a bunch of soccer growing up, so I know he's got better footwork than that. That's trash, John. You're better than that. You're better than that, big boy. Oh, no. What goes wrong here? Forrest hits a decent return, but I take this off the back foot? Why am I taking it off the back foot? Ugh. Terrible shot. Absolutely terrible shot. So I guess I do go against my own advice here and go with the cross-court speed up and hit this at Sean. But it's probably more of a body bag attempt than a speed up, if anything. Just putting a lot of muscle on that and going right for his belly button. John misses here. Leaning. Let's see what's wrong with this. Yeah, it's a frustrating miss. Oh, I love this shot from John here. Alright, so Forrest goes like into I formation for a little bit. They've got a little sloppy switch here. And then John chicken wings, or he hits Forrest in the left shoulder. The Forrest, I guess the only thing I would say here is your paddle's pointed like, let's rewind a little bit so you can see it a little better. Look at Forrest's paddle positioning here. So the ball's already been hit and it's coming at Forrest's left shoulder. He's got to cross his body like this. And it just basically catches him late on the left shoulder. John hits a good speed up here. No discredit there. But Forrest, I would say, yeah, I think your paddle's got to be, you know, up and pointing to like whatever, 9, 10, 11 o'clock. And I think then it's a lot easier to just punch it right back. What's the score? It's like 6 something something. Forrest with the double mat into the net. He's trying to get John back for that left shoulder speed up he just put at him. There's a nice block on that first one. I don't hit a particularly good dink here. This sits up for Forrest for the speed up. So I think it's a fine speed up attempt, he just misses. What's the score here? 7-4-2. Alright, so John drives off his back foot here. Forrest hits like a kind of deep return, and then I'm caught in no man's land, like halfway between the kitchen and the baseline. 4-7 on the one. Sean and Forrest almost collide here. Forrest trying to make up for the sins of past points. I think it's a fine poach here. Forrest just misses the shot. I don't know if you can hear the audio, but Forrest says, "Stay on your damn side." And then he misses the serve here. God. Forrest had a tough game here. So we got 7-4-1. I did not. Okay, so let's rewind this a little bit. Serve, return. John drives middle. I'm lunging for this, put this ball up way high in the air. Forrest is like a soft Ernie, and then barely misses on it. So one more time. Full motion. Yeah, he doesn't miss by much, but Forrest having an unfortunately game of games. That shit happens. I think it's like 8-4-1 or something. This honestly looks like it was going out, but I guess I put enough topspin on it that it must drop in at like the last second when Forrest drives into the net. So I think it's like 9-4-1. So it's 10-4-1. Oh, wow. John calls us out. That's what's happening here. Oh, God. All right, so the final score, I think, is like 11-4 here. Forrest is just saying, let's run it back immediately, because he obviously wanted to make up for a tough game. But again, we got John here in the blue polo, Sean in the blue shirt, me in the blue tank top, Forrest in the green. And I think the final score was like 11-4 or something, but that was obviously very unkind. They missed a bunch of shots that were uncharacteristic. But to summarize some things noticed, Sean trying to drive on short returns. It worked once or twice this game, but I think he missed a couple others. John, some footwork and kind of like paddle positioning when at the kitchen. Forrest, we kind of talked about that one where you had your paddle like straight out when you were in motion, as opposed to like, you know, up here or like this, like kind of right in front of your chest. Much easier to go like this than to go like that. I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, that's it. This is a long one, 30 minutes. Wow, if you made it to the end of this, you are a legend. And I will see you on the next one. Ciao.